Hello everybody, and welcome on into episode 109 of the ESO Top 5 Battles. If you have a clip that you want to send in for the Top 5, you can send that to kristofereso@hotmail.com. Starting us off today, we've got Demonized on that Magicka Nightblade right off the bat, putting huge damage into these players on Siege. The next player hit by the surprise attack into the Whirling Blade, he goes down as well. 19k ultimate on the guy on the Treb, he goes down. And Demonized just right away jumping on top of the blue players, attempting to get the reses here. He gets great damage into this first player, but the enemy player just managing to get away. Demonized trying to finish him with the ultimate. He's taken the bow from behind there, and big dot damage from that attack as well. A couple quick heal ups after the reposition, and then he goes back into stealth, and he opens up on the enemy archer that hit him with the ultimate. The enemy quickly streaks away. Demonized just goes back into stealth, and he's looking for a good appropriate target here, trying to land those heavy attacks on that Dragonite. He's moving in kind of a weird pattern. The friendly player getting chased down by the blue, and Demonized picking off the target in at the back there that is unaware, and he takes him down, jumping on top of the blue player that just killed his friendly player, and quickly killing him with the concealed weapon into the execute. This guy attempting to go for the res, Demonized dumping the ultimate from stealth, and then hitting him with the execute to finish. And this guy here ends up getting killed by Demonized's combo before the Dark Convergence can even pull Demonized out of there. Really nice stuff on the cancel. And then this guy ends up getting rezzed and healed up by the friendly player. I believe the friendly Templar there. Demonized unable to take him down. He went for that attack right away after the res. So he's going to turn and focus on this Templar here. He manages to catch him with the stun. And the enemy Templar here unable to break the stun in time. Demonized finishing him with the execute. Then goes back into stealth. The enemy Dragonite throwing down a bit of AoE to try to pop him. Demonized goes for a little bit of damage, and then the blue player decides to run into the inside of the keep here and try to flip the flag. Demonized taking down the weak player there right away, and then there's the ultimate from stealth into a couple surprise attacks. The next player goes down, and here you see all the friendly players jumping out of the top of the keep. Now they're going to help him. That there's only 2 guys left in this fight. He takes down the first one, and the last blue player charging in, trying to help his friends, but they're all already dead. Really great to see that siege wipe on the Nightblade. Now, moving on to the next fight, we have got MATTY-G-HULL, and he is playing some Magicka Dragonite, hanging in an enemy keep here. And they all converge on his location. MATTY-G throws down that big AoE debuff, goes for the whips, a nice connection there. One of the players going down, he leaps on top of the Templar, and he gets great damage into him, but the Choke Thorn set just saving the Templar at the last moment. MATTY-G taking a lot of pressure. He goes for a little bit of a kite back behind them, quickly resetting the buffs, and he tries to keep up the pressure, throws down the breath. But these guys are putting out a lot of damage. I like he goes around the corner, and then he comes right back through the players, forcing the turnaround. This is just going to give him the time he needs and the opening that he's looking for. A lot of AoE damage on those guys into the leap. There's the whip. 2 players going down to that combo. This guy right away tries to go for the res. MATTY-G just gets that block and then starts dotting him up. This other enemy player attempting the res as well, but the blue player he was rezzing respawns, and Matty really quickly putting that whip damage into him, finishing him off. And yeah, just like that, he killed all 5 of these blue players. The last one here just trying to run away, and MATTY-G just keeping him dotted up, keeping the pressure on with the whips and the leaps. The enemy Dragonite blocking a lot of these attacks, trying his best to out-heal it, but Matty is not going to let him escape. There you see the DK turns around to get that heavy attack. There's the Fossilize into the whips, and he manages to finish the last guy off. And for the next fight, we've got Mack playing a Magicka Nightblade bomb build right off the bat, jumping on top of this group. Rush of Agony pulling everybody on the spot, and a huge tether, tons of players going down. And I love how Matt does this fight. He sees the players attempting the res. He just re-stealths, resets the combo. Another big tether thanks to getting so many kills with that first combo. And he takes down even more blue players. And there's just a handful of them left trying to get these reses. Matt jumps on top of the next one, tries to finish him with that attack. A friendly player comes charging in here, seeing that a lot of the blues have gone down. And here we go, Matt jumps on top. There's a big tether, doesn't even need the pull from Rush of Agony. 3 players going down. The last player very close to dead. And Matt gets him with the execute to finish him off. A very fast clip, but awesome to see the Nightblade not only get the bomb off and finish the whole group, but survive to tell the tale at the end. Now moving on to the next fight, we have got DragooX. He's coming back again in a 2vx here, and he's playing inside this resource keep here. A huge combo with his friendly Necromancer. The Necro goes for the ultimate. Dragoo drops the Dawnbreaker. So many blue players going down. And there you see Dragoo right away just repositioning, resetting those buffs. They are taking a lot of pressure from these blue here, and I really like Dragoo's movement. He's constantly using the doorways, running through opponents, forcing the turnaround, and here you see a lot of players attempting the res. Dragoo quickly getting a couple bashes off, but he takes a little bit of pressure, goes in the doorway. He drops down the Caltrops, I believe for that AoE armor debuff, and Dragoo puts a little bit of jab in, but these guys are resing each other very quickly. And a little bit of a skip there, and they get up to the top of the keep. There we see the Caltrops come down, the AoE debuff. There's the ultimate from the Necro as well. Dragoo goes for the Dawnbreaker. So many players going down, and the rest of the blue start charging up to the top here. They're dumping their ultimates as well, and Dragoo just keeping that AoE debuff down with the Caltrops, keeping some jab pressure on these guys as well. But the blue players are slowly trickling in one at a time. Dragoo's taking a lot of damage himself, and the enemy blue player is putting a lot of damage into Dragoo. He's forced kind of off the edge there. The friendly Necro coming down to help him out a little bit, and Dragoo just charges right back up to the top. Sees these guys going for the res. He dumps the Dawnbreaker. One kill from that Donnie. The friendly player finishing off another player, and unfortunately, these blue are putting out a lot of damage. They're responding with healing ultimates. They are definitely doing the right things to prevent Dragoo and this Necro from getting any more kills, but Dragoo is very persistent. He's staying on top of them, going for those bashes, even on lower resource. He does not want to give this position up, and you see he's just constantly trying to land those bashes. There's a little bit of jab pressure. He drops the ultimate instead of going for the Dawnbreaker, just healing himself up a little bit, and they decide, okay, we're going to pull back out of here. And the enemy player, just a single one, ends up following them. Dragoo gets some nice jab pressure, hits him with the stun off the Javelin, finishing him off with the jabs. A lot of the blue still up top, rezzing each other. And Dragoo's just kind of being patient. They want to lure them into a nice spot where they can land that nice clean bomb. And there you see as they come back downstairs, the Necro ult comes down, but too many blue at one time. And then there's a little bit of a skip again. Dragoo's back at the top of the keep here. The friendly player kind of off on this side, and he's just looking for an opportunity to hit these guys. The blue players, very good keeping their heals and everything up right now, but there's a huge combo from Dragoo and the Necromancer. The Necro ult coming down as well, bringing a lot of players close to dead, but unfortunately not able to get the kills that he's looking for there, and Dragoo finding himself taking a lot of damage, very low resource, forced to kite up to the top of the keep. He throws down the Caltrops again for that bit of a snare, and retreats to the side, and such a good placement of that Atronach. Dragoo able to just pull a few heavy attacks, get some mana back, and there we see a single blue player kind of overextending. They very quickly put the damage into him and finish him off. The other blue coming around the corner, Dragoo hits with a nice Dawnbreaker, just finishing that player off with the jabs as he takes a lot of damage from the other blue, managing to get that heal in time as he rolls through the doorway, and there's a nice bash again, preventing the res, and they catch this guy by himself. He goes down, and there's actually a little bit more to that clip as they clean it up, and if you guys want to see the rest, you can check it out. There's a link to Dragoo's channel down below. And finally, for the last fight, we have got some Magicka Sorcerer, brought to us by Titan CJ. Always great to see some Magsork doing some 1vx, and he's actually running a shieldless Magsork build, so this is pretty interesting setup. You can see he's outside of King's Crest here. He picks off one blue player just kind of by the camp, and then turns around to the front here and starts attacking the blue as they come out of the keep. He kills off the Matriarch from one of the enemy Sorks there, and you can see he's just applying pressure at a distance with the Force Pulse, putting the curses down. He goes into the Overload here, trying to look for that big combo. He gets stunned by the Templar, unfortunately. There's the Radiant Oppression at a distance, and he finds himself very quickly surrounded, but the speed from Magsork, he's able to quickly break some distance using a couple streaks and just control the fight in that way. and you see that he's able to disengage and right away just re-engages on a target that doesn't see him from the side. Big damage with the overloads, and then goes for the streak to finish him off. Really clean combo, and there's a nice cancel of the overloads into the frags, and then he finishes him with the next frag overload there. And the red players just keep coming into this fight. Titan gets a nice AoE streak, stunning all the players with it and the reposition, and he manages to finish off the player attempting the res. This enemy, Warden, right away goes for the res. Titan's going to get him with a huge overload combo into the frags. He goes down as well, and now he starts working this next target here. Dots him up with the curse. There we see the streak through him, and he finishes the last player off. Of course, we've got a bonus clip brought to you guys by MADshadowman. I hope that you guys enjoy it. A little bit of a shorter episode for you guys today because the clips were very fast in this one. But nonetheless, if you want to send in your own clips, you can send those to ChristoferESO@hotmail.com. Check out all my socials. You can catch me live on Twitch. And this show is sponsored by What the Fast, a VPN for gamers. A massive thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon for supporting the show. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see y'all next time, and have a great night, everyone.